I think Sky did it best, to be fair. Just welcome to the Championship. It's just crazy, isn't it? I think, we're probably a bit frustrated with the way we conceded the first goal. We don't need to lose the ball that high at the pitch and on a throw, and then we need to deal with that transition a bit better and probably stay a bit longer on our feet and force them out of play. But those are things that we can work on and tweak sort of in the future. But after that we had a sort of 5, 7, 8 minute where we sort of floated and were a bit unsure of what was going on and where the game was going. But we got back in control of it, created a few really big opportunities in the first half that any other day you probably score. And then second half I thought we just took control. We weren't as threatening, but it's tough. There's a load of things. It's early season. The grass is dry on a sunny day. The ball's a bit sticky, and playing against a really well organised low block is probably the most difficult thing to do. And we'd said, everyone's got to be important. Everyone's got to play a role. Everyone will do that. And I think the subs today have just proved how important and strong our squad is. So credit to everyone. Fair play to the players for sticking at it. And it's good to show a bit of grit and determination and to bring the energy and the place alive, which probably helped us sort of somehow bundle that ball over the line at the end, which is good. But it's also showing having Steve-O there in the 96th minute is where we want to go, and we had to be slightly pragmatic about things today and try and force a few things to happen, and we did that. So it's a great way to start. Yeah.
Can you describe the scenes on the touchline in that 96th minute? I mean, did you remember what you did, how you reacted? Do you remember anything about it?
I just remember ads running towards us and jumping on us. But then it's like we've probably got another minute or minute and a half to play, and they're gonna lump it, and it's gonna go direct. So we've got to be ready for that. So you sort of switch back onto the reality of things. But no, it's special when St Mary's is going like that, and you can walk around after and proper enjoy it. It's a really nice feeling.
I just spoke very briefly to Drago Solak and just bumped into him. He said that that's going to be really important for the team spirit, especially. Do you agree with that?
100%. I think we came from 2 goals behind last week and showed a bit of passion, bit of what it means to us, and we've done the same thing today. I think it's important for the guys to understand how good they can be, because there's still a bit of trauma there. But we're working on it. Everything wasn't perfect, we know that. But the most important when the league starts is to find a way to win, and we've done that today.
Just on the quality of Ryan Adams for a kick, if you can, what can you say about that?
You should ask him. I think we know he's got a good left foot. That's why we brought him on. We wanted to get the ball into the box with Roscoe and Damien and Cam in there. Now we know how important set pieces are and are going to be in the champ. So man of the match after 20 minutes is questionable, but fair play to him. It's a good strike.
You don't care who scores the winning goal, obviously, but I think for the captain to step up and do it, it'd be big for him and for us.
It's massive, and we know Steve-O gets a fair bit of criticism, and he's made his mistakes. We all know that. He knows that probably better than anyone. But one, he's a really good human being. People tend to forget that because we're footballers and a bit in the limelight. And he probably deserves it as well. He's always stuck at it. He's always been positive, and like I said, he's a good person to have around.
I thought Ronnie Evans did a lot of good stuff today, but is that just a rush of blood to the head for that penalty there? It seems a bit careless. It's
something we can work on and progress on. I think everyone's done some really interesting things. Not everything, like I said, was where we want it and how we want it just yet. In the first half, we could probably skip a pass and make the fluidity of our possession a bit quicker. Could we have threatened them a bit more in behind? We were a bit static on the front line, but those are all little details that you can work on and get right or hopefully get right in the coming weeks. So
And finally for me, now it doesn't matter thankfully, but there seemed like a lot of frustration with the refereeing today, maybe a couple of penalties for either side. I guess that's something you just have to battle and contend.
It's referees are referees. I make mistakes we've made mistakes today. The players make mistakes. They're just part and parcel of the game, and you can't play the game without a referee. You obviously get frustrated with them at times, and I will. But it's just one of those things, isn't it? That's fine.
And Will, a big moment just before the equalising goal, the keeper made an absolutely extraordinary save.
Yeah, Gav's been really good, to be fair. I think he's realised that Rambo's left and there's a place to fill, and it's given him the space and the environment to sort of stand up and be important, and he's taken responsibility, taken ownership of who he wants to be and where he wants to go, and we've just got to help him. We know he's been criticised over the past few years as well, and he's struggled with fitness and stuff, but I just said I don't really care what's happened before. Just be yourself. Just stand up and enjoy it. And I think he definitely did that today. So it's good. It's all positive things.
And you could feel in the stadium how big a win that was, how much it meant. Because obviously after a very difficult year, the way the game was going, and as you say, you were in control second half. It was frustrating not getting a breakthrough. To win it in that manner, that's obviously got everyone on a high, buzzing, and that's a great start to the season.
Yeah, I think I say it in a sort of almost romantic way, but it does make such a big difference, and I genuinely believe that the fact that everyone was at it, and when we got the goal back, and you could almost sort of feel it, and people could feel it, and I think the energy of everyone, the staff, the players on the bench, the crowd, the players on the pitch, that's what helped us to eventually sort of toe poke it, or however it went in, because I haven't seen it back, and get that ball over the line and get us 3 points. So it was, again, in a really romantic way, a very sort of collective and club way to win a game. So no, credit where it's due.